Hey, what's up guys, Scares here, and in this video we are going to learn how to make a good looking GFX. The first thing you want to do is to go to your plugins, go to manage plugins. Once this loads up, you go to find plugins and you select load character. Then, as you can see, I already have it installed, so you just click install. For me it's reinstall. Then you close this down, and the top section, in the same section plugins, you can find the load character. You click it, and in here you can type whatever name you want. So let's say if your name is, I have small pp, and you look as ugly as this, you can click spawn 6 because that's what we'll go with. And actually, if you don't have checked spawn at origin, you need to have it checked, because what it does, it spawns the character in the very middle of the world, so it's 0, 0, 0. I'm not going to go with this character because it's looking ugly and I don't like it, so we'll go with the original character, which is called already pro, and we'll spawn it at R6 because it has wings, it has bunny ears, it has halo, it has nice hair, and it has everything perfect. Man, need 10 out of 10 would date. So if your character has only hair or only bunny wings, you don't need to mess with the model, you can skip this part. But if your character has this exact same halo and wings, you have to watch it. So the problem is that the wings and the halo is one and the same thing. So let's say we try to move it, the model, as you can see it's the same thing. So what you need to do is you need to go to Angel, and what you're going to do is you're going to click on export section, and you'll have to export it differently. So let's name it Angel Wings, and then you'll click on already pros with the wings with the angel parts, and you'll export this section too. So let's name it already PPPP, and then you can close this part and you'll open up your Cinema 4D. Here is the fun part. So you'll go on window, go to content browser, and I have made my own rig, so the download is in the description. You just have to download it and upload it to your Cinema 4D library, and then you'll click on the rename model, and here is the big boy, so you can rename it. You can rename it to anything you want. Let's name it Hulk because he's big and strong. Then you'll have to go to merge. You'll have to go and find your MTL and OBJ exportations, and you don't need the MTL one because it is not going to work. You'll go with the OBJ one. You'll click open, and then there is this tab. It's called OBJ import, and if you want for your character and not this rig to be the exact same like this rig, you're going to scale this to 100. Then you'll have to click on normal, you'll select skip, then you're going to check and run transparency because we don't need anything transparent. And what the scale does is it makes your character the same height as my rig. Then you'll click on you'll uncheck flip z axis, and you'll check flip x axis, and then you'll save this preset. You can save this as anything you want and click OK. So now, as you can see, your rig looks very fancy, very I like it. And now, as you can see, your clothing and everything else looks a bit blurry. So what you can do is you can double click on your matte, you can uncheck transparency, reflectance, alpha, go to editor and click on no scaling. And if you want to create your own rig and do something on your own and not use my rig, if that's your decision, and you have the same problem as me with the lightning, you'll have to select all of these parts. You will right click, go to cinema for the tags and use fog. So that will give your character a smooth lightning, which will not look as separated and just separated into lightning parts as it looks now. And now, as you can see, my rig doesn't have any texture and yours do. So what you're going to do is you're going to drag this mat onto my rig's torso, onto my rig's arms, and then legs. And if you notice that the tongue disappeared, it's because of the head rig. I did not make the head rig, I downloaded and it was made by Alfred. I just modified it a bit, I just made the controls easier, and I've noticed that he makes good rigs, but he doesn't fix any bugs, and I don't know how to make the mouth rig yet. I don't know how to modify the mouth. So once I do that, I'll definitely update this rig. That's why it's called version 1.0, but that's okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the head part, you're going to right click on this head plus, and you're going to find these two textures, and you'll drag the red one, so it's, and as you can see, the tongue once more appeared. Then we can go and find the character's hair, so it's already Pro 3. We can rename it into hair, and then you're going to drag it onto my character's head. If you want to do that easier, all you're gonna do is right click on this, and as you can see, more ways to see has just appeared. So what you're going to do is you're going to aim it just right. So let's see, no spaces, a bit of spacing here. Okay, now you have good looking hair. Looks good, looks good. Then you're going to drag the hair into here, and now if you try to move your head, as you can see, the hair moves too. You can leave the bunny ears, or if you want to, you can drag them too, and just see if it looks right. Then rename them and drag them to the section 2. So now if you select the head, the ears move too. And the reason I asked you to export your wings separately is because if we add the wings now, we can just add them. You'll see. Okay, so let's rename it to wings, and if we add them to the head, let's just as an example, our head, right? And as you can see, the wings and the halo is the same. It is the same model. So if we move our head right now, look at the wings. The wings are moving too. So this is definitely not what we want, right? As we exported the wings separately, we can open them separately and use our IIIOGJKL this thing and that thing, and click OK. So as you can see, it appeared right in the middle. Very good. I trimmed them to do so. And then what we can do is we can right click on the top button of this rig and click once more. So what it does is it makes the character invisible. If we click once more, it appears. So let's double click again, and as you can see, now they are the same thing. You can move them separately, but if we click copy and paste, and we also make this part invisible, then we click on polygons mode and go to this thing, as you can see, we can select the whole wings. So what we are going to do right now is we are going to press shift and select all of these things, and we will start deleting them, because I don't know a better way to delete them than to just spam click and delete.
2,000 years later.
We can leave it right here, because once we make our character visible, it appears almost in the middle of its head. So if you want to, you can already just drag it into the section of head, into the head section, close it again, make the character invisible, and then we can open this one and we can go to polygons mode once again and start deleting the halo.
6.5 hours later.
Okay guys, this might sound like I'm a caveman, but if you go from this mode to this mode, you can actually just select every single shitty part of the halo and delete it. So now, once you have done it, you can delete your PP character, gone, and you can make this visible again. Once again, go to your objects mode and drag the wings. Let's name them wings so we can know which part it is. We can drag it to the mid body. So now if you drag your mid body, the wings go too. If you rotate your mid body, the wings go too. And now for the easiest part, you can actually close all of this, because I've made these transparent objects which will help actually move and do everything for you. So first of all, we have the head rig, which has mouth and eye controls. So the middle one controls the width of the mouth, I believe how you call it. So you can make the mouth wide or almost closed. What is this pose? I don't know, but this is the max you can make of the face, because then if you try to do it like this, as you can see, a random nose appears and this thing. So I would like it, I would love to fix it, but I don't know how, because I am still learning how to make the mouth rig. So let's see. This one can make your mouth look happy or sad. Happy, sad, happy, sad, sad, happy, sad, middle. And this one controls your teeth. So if you drag it down, it becomes teethless, and if you drag it upwards, it has full smile with mouth with teeth. Yahoo! This one, you can make your character look very derpy. What am I doing with my life? Or you can make your eyes look, what are you doing, face? Or you can make them bored. Or if you drag them to here, and then if you move it sideways, it can make triangle shapes. So it looks really happy right now. These two controls the height of your eyes, so you can make them look very big. Or you can make a Chinese person. So now it looks like a real bunny, just need a nose. Okay, so I've made these from cubes, so I'll just call them red and green cubes. So the red cubes control your arms and legs. So for example, this is the shoulder red cube, so if you rotate this, your shoulder rotates. If you rotate the elbow one, you can actually make like it's holding something. So this is the reason why I bloody got my sword. And I've got a great example of what happens if you don't make the sword or anything at the 0,0,0 or the exact middle of the game, if you don't extract items in here. So let's take this handle and let's use the IOGGG. And now, as you can see, it's far away, but its controls are in here. So let's see, if you want it to be in your player's hand, you would have to drag it way over here, and it only appears in here. So the controls are really difficult if you do that. Don't do that. If you did export your model in the middle, your sword will be, as you can see, in the middle. You can give it to our character, and if we open this up once again, if you find, as you can see, I named this place item in here, so this is the right hand, and if you place your item, your sword for example, in this section, then once you rotate your elbow, the sword will rotate too, so it's really easy. It makes your GFXs or animations much easier to do. And if you take this one, it also, sword, as you can see, R6 actually doesn't have a fist, so you can see the fingers, just the wrist moving. You get me? So if you can see, this is not how human anatomy works. You can bend your knee forwards. This is just a thing I don't know how to fix, but let's say you do this, you can bend it backwards, and then you can use this and make it into a kick, as you can see. Then what we have is the lower body, which are legs. If you rotate this, it rotates both legs like this, and this one rotates your whole upper body, as you can see. Wee woo wee woo. And then we have, no, this is the mid body, and then we have the upper body, which rotates only your hands and your head. So for example, you can make yourself vomiting, blah, blah. And that is it. If you don't know how to render your animation or your picture, your GFX, you can watch other tutorials. If you enjoyed the lesson on how to make your GFX, how to make your animation, I'll actually teach you how to animate too. Then please smash like, subscribe, or Roblox will ban you.